All right, and welcome back, guys. Welcome back to yet another TapDaddyBeats stream. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. And of course, today we're just going to be making some beats, bangers, and bops. We're going to be cooking up in Ableton Live, a little Saturday morning cook-up. But real quick, before we dive into all of that, I wanted to show you guys, this is my newest release, Ivory and Onyx. Some of you guys might even recognize this one. We made this on stream and mixed it down like not too long ago. But this is actually a single from an upcoming EP that's dropping in 2 weeks called Lucent Nights. And oh man, this is a good project, man. I'm excited for this to come out. All right. Gotta soak in the music for a little bit before we dive in. Let me make sure all my screens are working. Yes, looks like we're good. Okay. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna be making today. Usually I do a little prep before these streams, choosing, a sample here or there. I'm going in completely blind today. I really have no idea what the hell I'm gonna make. So sometimes those are the best sessions, though. We'll just begin. This should be good. Oh man, hot coffee. All right, let's pause this and let's dive in, man. Let's get into it. Oh, also, little fun something. You might notice that I was live right before I went live, right? I've got just this little chill radio stream going on 24/7. It's been going all week long. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, please do. Yeah, it's just like hours and hours of jazzy beats that I've made set to a nice cozy background. We're going to be launching another one of these on Monday, so definitely keep an eye out for them. It's honestly, it's kind of nice being able to showcase like hours of beats, It's good stuff. Anyways, let's dive into Ableton. And let's just see kind of like what we might be starting with today. I haven't even gotten a chance to like sort through any samples. Let's go. Instruments. Let's go. I usually start with like a piano or something. I'm kind of thinking, so I have been kind of expanding into the electric piano samples. Maybe we'll go Wurlitzer this time just to change things up. Maybe we'll find something cool. And let's see. Do we want soul, hip hop, lo-fi hip hop, jazz? Oh, let's go jazz first. Oh, we'll turn off time stretching. There we go. This is kind of vibey. Yeah, that's something kind of interesting. Interesting. That one had like some kind of texture to it that was possibly. I'm kind of thinking like this with a fast break. I don't know. Do we want to make a breakbeat today? I don't know. I was kind of vibing with this one though. There's just like a lot of soul in this, you know? What's up, Trevor? How you doing, man? He says, heard your music from Instagram. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Fantastic. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you popped in. Hell, you got here right at the beginning of our session, too. We haven't even started really making our track. But I'm kind of thinking we might start with something like this and just lay down some drums. But yeah, how's your day going, man? I'm glad you found me from Instagram. That's actually slick. I've been kind of I don't know. I feel like in the past I haven't been that great about like just posting content, you know. Recently, like within this past month, I've decided like I need to start posting more. I need to actually, you know, start doing it with some consistency. So I don't know if you found me from Instagram, then I feel like it's totally worth it. Putting in all that energy into into just posting random snippets. Let me see what kind of drums we might be using for this. Let's see. I'm trying to think what's going to fit with that sort of a vibe. These Wurlitzers are kind of interesting. Okay, so I have been using this kit a lot lately, but man, it feels really good when we run this through that like guitar amp. Here, let me throw you guys over on Jam Cam and we can start fleshing this out a bit. I'm thinking this with like maybe a guitar amp and like a little bit of reverb on it could be kind of slick, kind of R&B-ish. Something like that. Something like that. We might even just go ahead and capture that. Let me just see what we're working with. We'll decide if we want to clean that up or re-record. Let's play. You know, last time we used this kit, we added a secondary snare to it. And I think I want to do the same thing today. But if this is the second time in a row that I've added a secondary snare to this kit, I feel like I need to just, like, save it, right? I need to just save it as better TapDaddy 153 boom bap kit. All right, so let's do that. Let's first of all make sure that this loops nicely. And, you know, I was telling you guys, I think we want to run this through the guitar amp, through Ampeg, SVTVR Classic. Ooh, yeah. It gets really bass heavy. Okay. Let's see. See, that just kind of feels awkward. Okay, this all kind of needs to slide forward a smidge. There we go. Okay, and yeah, like the timing of that is just so weird. Yeah, and it's because this was like straight when it needs to be more swung. And also you can see that we get like kind of off over here. Yeah, that's one that wants to be swung. It wants to be swung. Let's see, we'll bring that in a little bit more. There we go. Let's also straighten some of this out. This is so all over the place. I mean, they don't need to be like dead on. In fact, sometimes it feels weird if they kind of are all dead on. But those snares need to be like really in the pocket. This guy could be a little bit louder. This guy, I think, also wants to be swung. Let's just make it so. In fact, we'll swing most of these. Yeah, swing it. Okay. See? Whew, okay. See, now we've got a little bit of a foundation. Let's go back to that sample and think about what we might want to do with it. Okay, not this fast. And I think we'll want to like pitch this a little bit differently. Okay, and I'm kind of thinking, yeah, we probably will pull out that secondary snare. I want to get this in place though. Let's pitch it up a little bit, give it a little bit more brightness. So it was C sharp minor, now we have stepped it up to D sharp minor, C sharp, 1, 2, yeah, E flat minor basically, or D sharp minor, yeah. And, you know, something else I kind of wanted to do with these drums is we're going to feed them a little bit into the reverb. This is a good foundation to start on. I like this. Okay, let me go grab that secondary snare. It's just like this one snare from this one drum break that I like. The drum break is called Crime Lord. And where am I trying to bring this? I'm trying to bring this down here. Alright, now let's figure out what we're grabbing. Okay, so now cut out that hi-hat. We'll bring this up. Okay, now we got like a light snare. Something that's gonna be kind of a pitter-patter, you know? And now we can really dial it in. And these are all going to be super swung. Nice. And I'm kind of thinking maybe this guy will be like a little bit of a double bounce. Okay. And then I kind of want to do like a sort of like triplet feel on this guy. Yeah, something like this. Okay. I'll wait to drop those in to like over here. See, dude, I'm getting so much, like, I don't know, character out of this secondary snare. You see, we're really breathing this to life. This sounds so much more lively. And then a little roll over here. Oh man. Okay. Okay, I feel like I want to do something a little extra over here. Okay. And we need our little pickup roll. There we go. Dude, nice. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Let's pull out Contact. I want to do this like little teardrop sort of steel guitar. Man, I'm really feeling good about these drums. That is awesome. Okay, we'll pull out Stratus. Modern Jazz. That's gonna be good. You see, I don't know the key signature very well, but we can figure it out. Something like this. Oh, it's so beautiful. We're gonna want to really compress this. Really, it's just so that the notes don't die so fast, right? Okay, and we kind of want to maybe play with that a little bit. I think this guy can be kind of quieter. This guy I want sitting like far on the ground. Okay. That'll wrap around nicely if we need it to. But for now, let's just straighten out this guitar, get it kind of compressed. I'm kind of thinking a little bit of a tight compression, 1176. Here we go. I'm curious how this would sound through the Ampeg. Not too different. Oh, this kind of gives it some character. We'll start to back this down a little bit. It needs a little bit of verb, and usually I use this one from Guitar Rig for this guitar anyways. But I am almost curious if something as simple as like a hall reverb might be kind of the ticket here. Let's go ahead and try it. Vocal pop hall is what I like to pull out for just like a really clean hall reverb. Ooh. Holy shit. That's like too much, but it's like... I might do one extra layer of compression, this one being the LA2A, and more with the goal of gelling this and the reverb together. And also to kind of get a little bit further compression on a little bit of a slower compressor. Yeah, now that allows us to kind of tuck it back away. Still want something small. Some live element, like a saxophone. Okay, so C sharp minor, and we pitched it up to, so D sharp, aka E flat. Let's call it D sharp. I want to start looking in R&B, lo-fi hip-hop. Start looking in lo-fi hip-hop. This is like such a tiny sample, but I think that there's a way I could use this. Let me just pull it out for a second, and we can kind of play with this. Let's really turn it down. I'm thinking at first we just say like, here, and we'll do the full sample in the next bit, but for this first one I'm thinking bum, 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 bum. See, pretty low key. We'll throw a couple things on this. We'll vinyl this out. Just put a little vinyl filter on this. This will kind of help it sit in the mix a little bit nicer. That's nice. And then we'll use that same reverb that we're using on that guitar, Vocal Pop Hall. Just a really clean hall reverb. Probably set it down pretty low, but I pull out a simple delay here. Let me look up D sharp minor real quick. I just want to make sure I got this right. D sharp minor. It is. Okay, yeah, pretty much all the black keys. We got F and F sharp. We got B and A sharp. Okay. Not quite sure. I was thinking of like a bright sort of something subtle that we could slip in there, but now I'm kind of starting to think like maybe I should be thinking a little bit closer to this sound selection, just something brighter. Maybe we pull out the stage 73, and at some point we might pull this out. I'll leave that out here, but let's pull out the stage 73 and get something that gels, right? That's kind of what we're trying to achieve. Maybe something smaller like that. Little doodles here and there. Yeah, it's just something to be a little bit bright. analog lab. Maybe. Like, this organ could be slick. What's up, Chocolate? How you doing, man? He says, algorithm sucks, man. I literally remembered you were on. Damn, I'm still trying to figure out why sometimes you guys get notifications and why sometimes you don't. I'm not sure if it has to do with the time that I schedule these streams at. Like, if I need to be scheduling them further in advance, maybe. I'm gonna try that maybe for this next week, is a day ahead of time. I'll like schedule the stream out and maybe that'll help. I'm so sorry though. I'm glad you made it though. We're cooking something fire today, man. But yeah, aside from that, how's your day going, dude? Something. Getting closer. I don't know. Playing around with little doodles, you know? But yeah. Yeah, he says it's only on Saturdays. I got you. You know, groceries, have to feed 4 kids. No, I feel you, man. Jeez. Let's see if I got any gold in here. We'll see. I feel like we had something back here further that might be. Let's go even further back. Oops. We'll go back one more. Yeah, it's gonna be something like this. Oh. Yeah, I think it was... We want to maybe grab, like... I think these are the two that I like. And we can just kind of cut away everything else. Okay, man. And what I kind of like about like small details like this is we can really space them out. Like I'm kind of thinking, let's put this organ more in our left ear and we're going to really turn it down. We'll have this like more center left, and then maybe we put this road right here like hard on the outside right. There we go. Let's just make this 8 bars as immaculate as we can, and we're going to be kind of branching out from there. We'll kind of branch out our arrangement. Should we maybe experiment with a bass line? We should try. I was kind of thinking we pull out Purity and we do that funk bass. What was it called? It was like A&A bass. All right. I think I've messed around with that. I kind of want something that's going to be really subtle and simple like this. Just kind of filling out the low end. Slide this into place a bit. There we go. This might need one more note. Bum, bum, bum. Like this, maybe. We'll just draw this in. Yeah, but we'll make it more subtle. Let's get rid of the overlap. Let's bring this down. Yeah, maybe we just kind of have a little bit of variation there, like. Okay. All right, and we should probably go ahead and do a save as. We're on song 1158. Dude, we are getting so far up there. I've made a lot of beats by this point, you know? And we're getting to that point where I'm about ready to like expand the arrangement outwards, you know? What's up, Signature? How's it going, dude? He says, yo, dude, happy weekend. Happy weekend to you as well, dude. Yeah, how's your weekend going, man? Glad you made it to the Saturday morning cook-up, you know? But yeah, what I like about this track is it seems very richly detailed, but I think this definitely has a lot of room for like a rapper on it. Like once I mix this down, I can kind of carve out a lot of the center space. But yeah, chillin', that's what I like to hear, man. So I'm thinking we'll probably start to unpack this arrangement a little bit. I want to do a little drum drop out and leave them on that like teardrop on the guitar. Bring them into something else, kind of a stripped down version of this, right? But we'll see what else we can kind of detail this with. I think this is kind of meant to be a track that has a lot of small pieces that kind of work in tandem, right? I feel like it was a major breakthrough for me when I eventually came to the realization that if I could just do smaller parts with the instruments that I'm laying down on the track, right? It leaves me so much more room for more instruments, you know? So smaller parts, more instruments, and then the smaller the parts you play, the more room you have for interactions between them, right? And that's how we end up with something like this that has like a lot of entangled sort of melodies in it. We'll pull this out for sure. We'll probably drop out the drums and maybe come in on this double snare. Let's see. Or we could even go as far as like, yeah, that might be kind of slick. So we really do leave them on. That's pretty slick. I feel like here we might slip in like some claps or something. Yeah, let's get like a real like nice group clap reverbed out. What all have I gotten? It'll be something like this. We're just gonna grab like one of these guys. Okay. Unwarp. We're just gonna grab this guy. Let's get this guy all sorted. Right there. Turn this way down. Shave it down to just the clap. And massive reverb on this is kind of what we're doing. Now we might just use that vocal pop hall one. What's up, Mars? How you doing, man? Sorry, I was like locked in there. How's your day going, dude? Let's see. Vocal pop hall. Pull that out on this guy. But that's too much. Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. See, the problem, though, with introducing claps is it feels like the moment you take them away, it's like we're stepping down in energy, which is just not great arrangement, you know? we might save that for like towards the end of the track, you know? Like maybe we do step up the energy a bit with a little bit of this group clap, you know? But I don't know, right now it feels like it's just not vibing. We should go digging through some flute samples, maybe. I just want something like subtle, textural, nothing too busy. Something to kind of serve as counterpoint to this guitar bend. Excuse me. Alright, what genres? Let's try R&B flute. I'm just curious if there's gonna be anything good in here. Or it's gonna be a bunch of shit like this. Okay, we are in D sharp minor. That's weird. Like, something along that vein is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure. What's the clap tuning? Oh, dude, we don't even have that on. I don't know what it's tuned to. I'm not the kind of guy to tune my claps necessarily. I'll tune my 808s though. Not quite. Too busy. This is kind of it, honestly. Something just subtle, textural, that's going to serve as a little bit of extra flavor in this ensemble, right? Give it a little bit of organic texture. This. Oh, that's weird. This is like so much more faster. It's warped. I'm curious if I unwarp it. Why did it give it to me like that? Because it. Because I'm pretty sure we had it like halved. Let's try it at oh no, that's gonna go the wrong way. 144 times 2 is 288. Let's try this. That's almost too stretched out, but see, I just want that. I don't know why it's not giving it to me like that. But we can work with this. Okay. We're getting there. And we're also going to grab vocal pop hall for this guy, I think. Okay. And we'll bring back in the bass. It will do one more something over here before ultimately bringing them back around to what I would consider to be the hook for this track. probably do some sort of setup to kind of get us into this. All right, man. This is not bad. And I kind of want something to kind of rise up into that. Let's see. I think I got one. Here, we'll unwarp it. Cut it down to just what we need. Bring this guy, like, yeah, lock him in place. And this guy needs a little bit of a tail, a little something to extend him out. We're going to use Valhalla Supermassive. It's a reverb delay sort of plugin that does all sorts of interesting stuff. And it's a free plugin, by the way, for anybody that's sees this and goes, ooh, yeah, go check it out. All right, Valhalla Supermassive. And I like to just use the standard what's on here, you know? That little, oops, let's see. It's subtle. There we go. Coffee time? Yeah, I feel you, man. I know. I recently, so I just got this Yeti, which is really nice. My wife bought it for me because I'm about to start working as a bud tender. She's like, well, you're going to need coffee to sip on while you're waiting to go in for your shift, right? She's very good about, you know, making sure I'm all prepared any time that I get a job or something. It's about coffee time for me as well. Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll do a little dropout over in this section. But yeah. The Super Freak EQ is cool too. I don't know if I'm aware of that. Is that another Valhalla? I might have to check that out. All right. We're honestly just about to pull this back around. Let's see. we just got to figure out our intro. Let's move everything over a bit. Probably only gonna need this much. And let's see, we'll zero in on... Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I think we got our track here. Let's save it. This is a nice chill track. I think we got time to make one more beat too. So I think that's the plan. But yeah, Mar says, that guitar reminds me of the Eric Clapton music from the Lethal Weapon movies. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah. It's that teardrop. That's that steel guitar teardrop, man. It's good. It's so golden, man. I feel like one day I'm gonna need a nice, like, steel guitar setup. I don't know. I just love that instrument. God, solid. That's one beat down today. We gotta make another one. That is so good. All right, I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of coffee, but while I do, I want to play for you guys a single that I just dropped, and some of you guys are gonna maybe recognize this one. Oops, Spotify's being silly. But yeah, we were actually mixing this down on stream the other day. It's called Ivory and Onyx, and essentially, I'm going to be dropping a little 3-track EP in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, the Lucent Nights EP comes out. This is the last track on the EP, actually, but I decided to drop it as a single because I'm just like, I love this track, man. Anyways, I'll be 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab some coffee. And then we'll dive into a brand new beat. So I hope you guys enjoy Ivory and Onyx. All right. I am back with a very tall yeti of coffee. All right. So, let's dive back into it. Let's get one more. But yeah, Mars says that track came out good. Thank you, man. Thank you. I've been so excited to drop this. So yeah, that's gonna be a part of an EP that's dropping in 2 weeks. I'm so excited for it. All right, we're gonna say new live set, and let's dive into another one. As DJ Khaled would say, another one. All right. So, let's go find something good to sample. Something spicy is what I am hoping for. All right, let's see. We've been branching out quite a bit. We've been doing electric pianos and Wurlitzers and stuff. Maybe we'll go look through our piano again just to see if there's anything else in here that's going to be a total vibe. Let's go R&B this time, maybe. I'm just going to skip down here a little bit because we've scrolled through these a lot. This one's not bad. This could be good. I like the vibe of these roads. That's not bad. I don't know, maybe. All right. It's very grand. That could be something golden to play with as a one shot. Oh, that's tempting. That's definitely tempting. Okay. So far, I think what I was kind of gravitating towards was this guy. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sold yet. Ooh. What if... Okay, hear me out. This guy... Breakbeat. Like... Maybe. Let me save that as a like. Let's go looking through drum breaks. I need something live and something fast. Percussion. Where'd the breaks at? Drums. Yeah. Breaks. I recently used this one. I kind of want something in this vein around that pace. Oh, the roads, yeah. Oh, maybe. I feel like I need to just like start grabbing stuff. I don't know. Genres, breakbeat. See, and what's fun about like sampling the drum break is we can chop it mid-chop and create our own syncopations. Let's go jungle, maybe. Let's see. Mara says, can you believe I'm just having my coffee now? I mean, I might believe it. He says, I had to wash dishes and do all this stuff before I could make my damn coffee. No, I feel you, man. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of useless until I have my coffee. This is like a weird choice. Let's just grab this for now. We can always swap it out later. We'll set this to 174. Really turn this down because I just want to hear how this is going to sound with this guy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this out. We're going to actually sample. I'm right now just trying to hear if there's any variation. Nope, that's okay. We're going to create all of our own variation. Okay. This should be an interesting track. I think this will be fun. All right. Oh, hot coffee. That's so damn good. There we go. There we go. You see, starting to get more syncopations. Getting places. But yeah, Mars says also I keep having to do saline nasal flushes to get all this pollen out. Ooh. It is allergy season, isn't it, man? That is brutal. I kind of think we need one more extra kick in here. Okay. For now, I think we might get a little bit more involved, but this sounds pretty slick. But yeah, this beat has me imagining a priest doing a shuffle dance. Okay. Yeah. I think by the end of this beat, I want this to sound like if my discography was a video game, this is the underwater level. Decapitator? I hardly know her. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna really... It's already pretty destroyed, you know? start small. Let's start small. But yeah, I love drum and bass. I feel you, man. I'm with you on it. I've just been kind of in this mood more. I don't know. This is cool. This is really cool. One that's something like this. We'll see if this carries, but yeah, Mars says, yeah, I was producing at 120 BPM one day, and it ended up turning into one of the best DMB productions I've ever done. No, I feel you. Yeah. One of the best. Yes, I got you. It's fun, man. I feel like I don't usually find myself producing at this sort of BPM, but a whole different world of opportunity opens up to you at this, faster paced break sort of speed. Let's just start playing around with stuff. I don't know exactly what I'm reaching for, but what's all in the mini V4? Dude, this is haunting. Let's just start digging through some of the odd sounds in Purity. There's a lot of weird shit in here. Yeah, it's like zones of 62 to 88, 90 to 119. Yeah, I feel you. And it really just kind of comes down to like how you subdivide, you know? Because like 62 can be the same as 124. Really just depends on how you're looking at it, right? Ooh, you know what? This, but we like OTT it out and make something really driven sounding. Dude, this is beautiful. Yeah, the BPM sets the mood. Productions just go on an adventure. Absolutely, yeah. Man, you know, when I picked out this drum break, I was like a little on the fence, but it's really growing on me, man. But yeah, that OTT sounds good on there. Absolutely. I like the this is just the stock default sound when you open up Purity. It's called First Impression, and it's just a string and a piano. Very simplistic sounding. But you slam it through OTT and it just sounds like so dramatic. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Where were we? First Impression, duh. There we go. Let's dig through more Purity. Okay. This is where I can use some that I know sound good, but I also kind of want to just go digging for sounds I don't usually go for. Mars says I need some star-shaped sunglasses. It's gonna be a hit. Yes. Man, sometimes making stuff like this, it's like, I know this is not for a large audience. It's for a specific audience. Like, this is so niche. This is not something that's gonna be, you know, taking off in front of millions of people. But I do look at tracks like this and think like, okay, you know, I drop stuff like this and there's no way in hell people think I'm just a boring lo-fi producer, right? I never want to be accused of playing it too safe with my music. Mars says, I think you'd be surprised. I hope I would, man. I'm kind of thinking this guy over here. Yeah, Signature says that's okay. I mean, yeah, you know, not every song is about making it a hit. Sometimes it really is just about self-expression, you know? Mars says, people tend to enjoy the simpler melodies than the complicated ones. And you know what? I can't fault people for that. It's not their fault. That simpler melodies appeal. Alright, we're gonna need to expand this out a bit, but I'm thinking we need some soft 808s under this. Yeah, Mars says, also with simpler melodies, it gives you the opportunity to put all the little details that really hit the soul. Yes, that's true. And I think there's something to be said about, like, if it's simplistic enough for somebody to hum along to it or whistle it or something, it's much more likely to get stuck in their head. But that's why I'm like, you know, not every track is trying to be that, right? This one's just purely about self-expression, right? It's just, I had an idea in my mind of what I wanted this to sound like, and I feel like we're hitting that mark. It's a bunch of very odd ethereal sounds, kind of dramatic, feels like an underwater level, you know. Yeah, CC Signature saying I like all genres. Yeah, like I think people aren't so one-dimensional, right? I know everybody likes my song Lady Moon in that it's really jazzy and dramatic, but also kind of simplistic enough that it can get stuck in your head, right? But people aren't one-dimensional. People that like Lady Moon might like this track. I don't know. Yeah, it gets stuck in your head and makes you want to hear it again. Absolutely. That's how you make hits. Okay. Soft 808 time. Maybe I need to bring out the Polo Boy 808. I don't know. My homie sent me a big sample pack of 808s kind of years ago, honestly. I still use some of them. They're pretty good. God, I forget where it was. I think it was in this one. Secret Sauce. I usually like this Polo Boy shoddy, but that could be cool. Maybe Azul. Oh, maybe this guy could be slick. We'll see. But yeah, Mars was saying yes, and I have my favorite artists in every genre. Yeah, that's fair. He says, I usually celebrate 808 Day with some new 808 samples. There you go, man. It's coming up, man. It's coming up. Yeah, there are so many free 808 sample packs on 808 Day. Yo, fair enough. I didn't realize that I should be keeping my eye out for 808 sample packs on 808 Day. All right, let's Maybe. This might honestly be too much for this track. It's fat, right? And what if we did something kind of interesting with it, though? Okay, let me get this first guy slid into place. What if we did something like... And I don't know, this might be entirely too much. What I'm worried about is I don't want to lose the subbiness of it, right? But what if we introduced bias on Little Radiator? See, this might be something more for the master eventually. No, we're getting way too out of control here. We're not going to use that. Those little baddies. Yeah, he says, yeah, I shop bass sounds a lot. Most of my preset packs are aimed at bass. Gotcha. Aimed at baddies, of course. Now, what if we made this a lot more subtle? We need seagulls. I don't know why, but we need seagulls. Very subtly in the background, we need to bring in some seagulls. Woo! But yeah. See, Mars says, hey Tap, I just want to say thank you for creating this space. It's nice to have friends where we can get together and enjoy music together. I agree, man. Thank you guys for joining this space, you know? Dude, I really... Years ago, I started streaming on Twitch just to making beats, because I was making beats daily, basically. And I really, really loved having a little friend group of just people that would just come and hang out while I made beats, you know? And then eventually my Twitch stream kind of turned into something different. You know, it turned into a feedback stream because, well, my friends wanted me to review their music, and that became really popular. And I loved that, you know? But I missed being able to just make music with cool people and just hang out, right? And that was kind of some of the idea of bringing it over to YouTube and just making beats. No feedback over here. We're just hanging out together, making music, man. And I love that. It's so much fun. It's like a social club, you know? We get to hang out twice a week, catch up, shoot the shit. make something cool, you know? It's awesome. So I appreciate you guys as well. God, it really is fun. All right, where are we going with this? You know, I think we've been neglecting X-Band. I think these ocean sounds with the seagulls was perfect choice for this track. All right. Soft leads, maybe Air Phase 1. Dang, dude. I need to make break music more often. This is so much fun. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mars says, yeah, it's a place to just toss ideas, hang out, have fun with no judgment. Yep, just chilling, enjoying the tunes and the conversation. Yeah, man, I love it. Honestly, these are my favorite days of the week. The days where I get to just make music in front of you guys and, I don't know, shoot the shit. Make some weird stuff like this. Yeah, Signature says, yes, an awesome community. Thank you, man. Yeah. I love being able to do this every Thursday and Saturday. Okay, and we're going to kind of do what we did in the other, where we're going to just start stacking on a bunch of stuff, right? Let's just keep looping here. And let's pull out Purity again. I kind of want to play around with, see if there's anything cool in the ARP section. Maybe there'll be stuff that we don't usually jump to. Who knows? Where's the ARPs? Give me the ARPs. Arpeggiator. Jesus, this will be interesting. But yeah, Mars says, I know a lot of cool cats on YouTube I consider friends, but I think this is my favorite space. Hey, love to hear it, man. I love to hear that. I don't know, that's wild. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Okay, that's like super weird, right? But let's work with it for a second. What if we just had this almost as a transition and we use our utility to kind of like rise us up on it, right? And we'll also pair that with like an EQ sweep where this is like cut down like that, and then we automate this to kind of like open up. Something like that. But yeah, yeah, this is trippy. Yeah. I don't know though. I feel like it needs to get extended out somehow. It needs like some sort of delay, reverb, something. Yeah, let's go like, we could just go with a simple delay. See, now we're starting to get into something that's a little bit more subtle. And it's just like this really interesting texture. Yeah, you can drop the loop into the sampler. That's true. That's true. This, I don't think I'm gonna need to, but like, I was doing that the other day with, I recorded a little choir sample and then like started chopping it, and it came out really good. I need to, you know, get more used to just like bounce in place. I love that Ableton added bounce in place. All right, let's just keep pulling stuff out. Let's just, I don't know, this feels like such a purity kind of beat. We'll keep pulling out purity, see what else we got. Oh, maybe the ping pong piano? I don't hear any ping. All right, one of these is good enough. We'll clean it up. Damn, this is a cool detail. But yeah, I see Mars was saying I like to place blocks over loops in different configurations and see what comes out when elements are muted. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. But yeah, dude, this ping pong piano is so good. I like this. But I do gotta like, every timing mistake is amplified when it's delayed like that. It's okay if they're like a little bit behind. Maybe we'll just slide it a little bit more into place. Yeah, cooking hard. Yes, sir. Okay. We'll just go like this. Yeah, this is one that we'll kind of have going through this section. What all do we have in here? Okay, that, but we'll just use it sparsely over here. There we go. But yeah, Mars says that's why I like using Machine. It allows me to adjust the notes in the piano roll / pattern pretty quickly. That's nice. I will say, I'm jealous of FL Studio's piano roll. Mostly because FL Studio allows you to adjust the pan of individual MIDI notes that are on the same instrument. Which I just think is so cool. Like, why don't we have that in Ableton? That would make trap hi-hats so much easier. And I could do, like, weird spreadings of, like, notes, you know? Alright, I want to hear this put together with the other section. Let's just keep pulling out like Arturia plugins, maybe. We'll just start clicking around a bit. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I just want sounds. Whoa. That's a little bit too weird. God, you know, that was actually really beautiful in that section. It, like, we got brought back into it extra hard. I'm kind of thinking, what if we just did this over here, but we go ahead and we slap down this guy over here, and it brings us back into that section, but this time we got this string going over the top that just makes it even more, like, emotional, you know? we gotta tame that note. Is like going crazy. Woo! But yeah, I see, yeah, Mars was saying FL Studio's good DAW though. True. Says, I like the piano roll in FL. There are a lot of redundant features that they have been working to fix. Oh, really? Okay. I just see all these fancy people cooking up in FL, and I'm like, I wish I could do half of that. I don't know. You know, Ableton's piano roll is not bad. It's not bad by any means. I think it's more just that FL has like a god tier piano roll. All right. So then let's start pulling all of this out. We need to kind of build to the intro a bit. And I'm thinking we are going to start right off the bat with the drums in there. But yeah, Reason really needs to work on their mixer. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Man, I don't know too many people that hook up in Reason. I feel like that's kind of a little bit of a more obscure DAW. It's not completely unheard of though. But it is kind of like one of those where I hear somebody's like, yeah, I cook up music in Sony Acid. I'm like, that's strange. We'll need to fix some of these notes as well. They're like really jumping out. Like, it's okay that that guy's a little bit loud, but he's like a little bit too loud. There we go. But yeah, Mars says having a simplified parallel processing with multiband controls would go a long way with these DAWs. Ooh. You know? Why don't these DAWs come with more like multiband ability? You know what I mean? like to my knowledge, aside from Ableton just added OTT in like the last version of Ableton, right? Why don't we have more options when it comes to multi-band compression, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I see a signature saying, but the compressor is amazing. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I will say I am very satisfied with the Ableton stock plugins, you know, like they are really good plugins. But yeah, I do wish that we had stuff like, you know, maybe a better multiband compressor or something, you know, or like a dynamic EQ would be really cool. But, you know, it's like I can do almost anything with EQ8, you know, but these fancier tools. I can't wait till DAWs start coming up with their own version of Melodyne. I think we're centuries away from that, but, you know. being able to do pitch correction on that scale would make a DAW like infinitely more valuable. Yeah, I feel you, Mars. It really would. God damn. This is so good. Okay, we should really jump back to the beginning and start dressing this up a little bit. I was almost thinking, like, what if we took this this delayed piano this would just give us a little extra something in this section. And maybe we even pull out like Japanese Boy. I'm not quite sure how that would feel in here, but it could be really cool, right? Let's see. Man, this is so sick. I love this track. We'll go to our soft leads, and where is, yes, Japanese Boy. Here we go. But yeah, I see Mars says Waves did it with their effects rack plugin. The DAW makers could do it. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Okay, this, but we turn it like way down. Let's keep layering stuff. We want more stuff. Let's get, I don't know, let's keep digging through Arturia. Man, we're finding some really cool stuff in here. Let's grab stuff that I like never grab. I never pull out Prophet usually. This is a crazy synthesizer too. Cute motion. I would say it's quite cute. Oh, I like the glide. We'll probably find some way to like pull that in some sparse way, right? That piano is awesome. Yeah, dude, that ping pong delay on it just feels so good. It's just a preset in purity. It's such a simple piano, but it's like, ooh, it's very enchanting, you know? Maybe we'll just have like one of these. Okay. Maybe two of these. Let's try this. This track is so wild. It's so obscure. I'm gonna have to find some way of putting this out. This is gonna go on some project. I just know it. Do we want to... No, where's our 808? Okay. I feel like we need to like raise the energy up into that rival point. Okay. I think we'll end up fading. I was almost considering, what if instead of this, we did this on the drums? So, like, maybe we pull out our utility and we just kind of have our drums start to fade. Maybe we have them fade between here and here. Oh, there we go. Dude, this is so cool. But yeah, I see Mars says I've been playing that Black Myth Wukong game. It is so fun. Yeah, my trigger finger hurts. That's the one with is that the one with the monkey that is like, I don't know. I swear I've like seen it. I haven't gotten a chance to play it. It looks slick, man. I've been playing a lot of Armored Core lately. I've been playing Armored Core 6. Dude, I fucking love mech games. Like, it's such a fun game. But man, I just lost my Xbox Live subscription. My best friend, you know, he game shares with me on Xbox, which is really nice, has been awesome. And, you know, I've been lucky enough to mooch off of his Xbox Live subscription, you know, because you buy one subscription and it applies to both consoles. But, man, he sold his Xbox recently. He kind of was going through a crisis and sold all of his consoles, and, it's just been rough, man. I've been trying to deal with him, you know, and I'm also between, like, I'm about to start part-time as a bud tender, and until then I'm like, I should probably hold off on buying any, like, subscriptions until I get my first paycheck, right? But it's been a bit, you know. It's been kind of rough. But yeah, he says, I've been telling people I want a Transformers game on Cybertron, like Armored Core 6. That would be fucking sick. There was one open world Transformers game around the time that, you know, the movies were coming out, and I remember it came out on Wii, and it was surprisingly really cool. Like, it was better than it needed to be. It was basically like GTA, but with Transformers. You know, you get star ratings, you get the cops and the military after you. It's pretty slick. Yeah, and he says, dude, a lot of people are leaving Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, I've noticed that. And I guess, I guess, fucking, didn't PlayStation just, like, announce something that is, like, pissing everybody off? I don't know. I think that they announced that they're getting rid of discs or something like that. Yeah, it was 2 Transformers Cybertron games. Yeah, God, I feel like I need to go back and play that. I just remember it was so much fun being able to, in an instant, change between car and mech, and how seamlessly you could do that. It was actually a really slick game. It's kind of one of those games where you don't expect it to go that hard, you know, but it really does. All right, let's hear this back. I don't even think we've saved this. Holy shit, we gotta save this. We are on song 1159. Let's hear it while we save. 1159. There we go. But yeah, Mars saying Xbox because of price hiking and PlayStation because of physical media ending. Yeah. I will say Xbox made one really smart move recently. And it's because they've got a new CEO, and it seems like the CEO is going to get Xbox back on track. First thing that she did as CEO was change how because a while ago, they increased the price of Game Pass from like $15 a month to $30 a month, and that pissed everybody off. And she recently, basically, I think that there's now tiers to the subscription, so you can get a $10 subscription to Game Pass. And honestly, I'm super grateful for that because, yeah, it's like I cannot afford a $25 subscription for fucking Xbox, dude. Oh, it kills me. But I'm glad that they have like something that you can get for a $10 a month. Like, goddamn. Yeah, she laid off all of those dev companies. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't know. Oh, and also, it's kind of a dumb thing, but I really liked this. She changed the logo back to a green X, something that looks like an Xbox logo. Because for the longest time, we had this like white logo, and it just seemed like this corporate soulless logo. Finally, Xbox is starting to feel like Xbox again, which is kind of weird. Like, Xbox hasn't had a good era in a long time, but I feel like it's starting to come around, Yeah, I don't know. It's awesome, man. Anyways, holy shit. We made 2 bangers today. I think we'll probably end up calling it there. But damn, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for hanging out and keeping me company while I cooked this up. Thank you, Mars. Thank you, Signature. Thank you, Chocolate, for popping in. Everybody else that's been watching. Thank you, Trevor. At the beginning, he popped in. Thank you to everybody that's just been watching this stream. I really appreciate you guys. But yeah, I see Mars was saying, yeah, we live in a what-based economy? A merit-based economy. There's no reason we should be carrying dev companies when they can't put out stuff that sells. Yo, you're right, though. You're right, man. And it's also like, what happened to all of the, like, I don't know. I feel like one thing that PlayStation always got right over Xbox was exclusives. They had a lot of really good exclusive titles. We had Halo and Gears of War, and those were like the 2 exclusives that, was worth getting an Xbox, right? But we haven't done shit outside of that, But anyways, damn. I think that's a good place to call it, guys. We made a really good rhymable beat on that first one. Then we made something very expressive. I don't know what you would call this kind of beat. It's some weird break beat, but I fucking love it, man. It's so good. Anyways, with that, I will bid you guys adieu. Thank you so much for hanging out. My name is TapDaddy, and until next time, happy producing. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.